I'm doing a short presentation through the structure and circulation of the heart for our Intro to Echo class. I'll guide you through the anatomy and physiology of the heart. We'll cover systemic and pulmonary circulation, the heart layers, chambers, valves, coronary arteries, and great vessels. So let's begin. Pulmonary circulation begins when the deoxygenated blood from the body enters the right atrium via the superior and inferior vena cava. And then it flows into the right ventricle, which pumps it through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary arteries. These arteries carry blood to the lungs, where carbon dioxide is exchanged for oxygen in the alveoli. Then oxygen-rich blood returns to the heart via the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. It flows into the left ventricles, which contract and sends blood through the aortic valve into the aorta, creating systemic circulation. The blood travels through the arteries to reach all the body tissues, and it delivers oxygen and nutrients. And after the gas exchange and the nutrient exchange, deoxygenated blood returns through the veins back to the right atrium. This completes the cycle. The continuous circulation ensures oxygenation and waste removal through the body. Here we have the heart wall, layers, and myocardium. The heart has three main layers, and each play a vital role in keeping the heart functioning. The first layer we have is the endocardium. It's a thin, smooth inner lining that covers the inside of the heart chambers and surface of the valves. It provides a frictionless surface so blood can flow smoothly and help prevent blood clot formation. Then we have the powerhouse of the heart, the myocardium. It is a thick, muscular middle layer, and it's literally the powerhouse because it will pump blood to the lungs and the rest of the body. This is why it's so big, because it needs to generate a lot of energy and push the blood to the entire body. Then we have the epicardium. It's an outer layer of the heart wall. It contains fat, lymphatics, nerve fibers, and most importantly, the coronary blood vessels. The ones that it includes are right coronary artery, left coronary artery, left anterior descending artery, and circumflex artery. These vessels supply oxygen and nutrients directly to the myocardium, which is very critical for the heart muscle, because if it doesn't have that, it won't be able to function and it doesn't have any blood supply, so we would be in trouble. Surrounding the entire heart is the pericardium, a double-layered sac filled with a small amount of fluid. The sac cushions the heart, reduces friction as it beats, and it keeps it anchored in the chest cavity. Heart chambers and valves. The heart has 4 chambers, 4 valves, and an electrical system that all work together to keep blood flowing in the right way. Blood from the body enters the right atrium through the superior and inferior vena cava. From there, it flows through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle, which then pumps the blood to the lungs through the pulmonary valve for oxygen. Oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium via the pulmonary veins, and it flows through the mitral valve into the left ventricle, which pumps it out of the body through the aortic valve. Those valves open and close at just the right moment to prevent blood from flowing backwards. The precise timing is controlled by the heart's electrical conduction system. The signal starts in the SA node, which is known as the pacemaker, and is located in the right atrium. and it spreads across the atria, causing them to contract. Then it pauses at the AV node, giving time for the ventricles to fill. These impulses then travel down the bundle of His and is split into the right and left bundle branches, and then it spreads into the Purkinje fibers, causing the ventricles to contract. So this entire system ensures that our heartbeat is coordinated, effective, and strong enough to keep blood moving through our body and lungs and the rest of our body. So let's talk about how the heart keeps itself alive and it connects to the rest of the body. So the coronary arteries are the heart's own blood supply. The right coronary artery delivers oxygenated blood to the right atrium, right ventricle, and parts of the conduction system, like the SA node and the AV node. The left coronary artery is even more important because it branches into the left anterior descending artery, which supplies the front wall of the left ventricle and the septum, and the circumflex artery, which wraps itself around to supply the left atrium and the back of the heart. The arteries run through the epicardium, the outer layer of the heart wall, and feeds the myocardium, the thick muscle responsible for pumping all the blood out of the heart. If one of these arteries gets blocked, it leads to really bad consequences, like heart attack. Now, let's look at the great vessels. These are the large vessels that connect the heart to the lungs and the rest of the body. The superior and inferior vena cava bring deoxygenated blood from the body into the right atrium. The pulmonary arteries carry that blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. And once the blood is oxygenated, it returns through the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. Then the left ventricle pumps it out through the aorta, which then distributes this oxygenated rich blood into the entire body. So basically, these vessels are so essential to making sure that blood goes where it needs to go, whether that is to pick up oxygen or to deliver oxygen. They are very important. The heart's a powerful 4-chamber pump that keeps blood circulating to the body. It uses valves to make sure blood flows into one direction, and it relies on its electrical system to keep the rhythm steady and coordinated. It supports 2 major loops: pulmonary circulation, which sends blood to the lungs for oxygen, and systemic circulation, which delivers the oxygen-rich blood to every cell in the body. It has wall layers: the endocardium, myocardium, epicardium. Each serves a protective and functional role, while the pericardium helps to cushion and anchor the heart in place. The heart also takes care of itself using coronary arteries that supply oxygen to the heart muscle, and finally, the great vessels connected to the lungs and the rest of the body, ensuring a constant, reliable exchange of gases and nutrients. Understanding how all these parts work together will help us to do our job better. And it's really cool to just understand how amazing the heart is. Thanks so much for watching.